So I'll let you kind of get started on it.
Oh, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say, so we'll just sign off.
What if we did that, though? That was a good episode, man. That was good.
Just think about it. Significant loss. See you next week.
Welcome to the Monk Group Chats podcast. I am Elena, also known as Betty, and this is
Tim.
also known as
Tim.
or Conrad in the fire department.
For those of you that are wondering, yes, I am wearing CM Punk's shirt.
No one is wondering that. Literally no one.
Best in the world.
Today we are going to be talking about
Significant loss.
significant loss.
Something we've alluded to and figured why not do an episode on because it's actually pretty important.
And everybody has experience with it. So
A lot of everybody.
Yeah,
Yes. It's
it's-
not just a
yeah.
first responder thing. It's everybody thing.
it's a universal.
It's it's another one of those topics that you cover, but then you can pull back from. Significant loss is exactly what it sounds like, but doesn't get thought of very often. Death is obviously
the big one.
a big one. Yeah,
Most people I feel like if you say significant loss, the first thing you think of is death.
Yes, but it definitely transcends, and there's like I've mentioned before that a firefighter that gets transferred.
Mm-hmm. Losing your shift.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or we've also talked about my sobriety.
Yep.
And
Losing an addiction is a
losing
significant
my
loss.
ability to drink beer.
Losing a coping mechanism is a significant loss. Yep.
Just all these things that you don't think about. But this is in a first responder sense. As I said, or as we said, everybody deals with it. It's just a matter of knowing that it is a thing, and then again, how to deal with it properly and process it. And it's another one of those things that needs to be processed, which is what everybody is guilty of not doing, because we're not educated on it, on how to, and that it's okay to.
Yeah.
What have you dealt with in the significant loss family?
Oh man, I feel like there's so many things that can fall into that category. Losing friendships is a big
there's
one.
only certain things.
Well, I mean,
They have to be significant.
this has to be significant. Losing friendships,
Yes.
that's a significant loss. Well, I think there's been a lot that can be termed significant. I think, like you, I think losing the coping mechanism of addiction is a significant loss.
Oh, addiction is still quite strong.
Yeah.
I can't drink beer anymore, but I can find other ways to fuck my shit up.
Yeah.
But not just
Self-sabotage.
but also good addictions as well. Like if you replace an addiction with an addiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking to the prayers about that.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is also gating it back. You know, it definitely is a thing to replace an addiction with an addiction.
Oh, yeah.
But can you, if it's a healthy thing, like when we were talking with them, we were talking about going for a jog. That's healthy.
Yeah.
But does it become too much, or
But that's
out of
exactly,
control?
that's what I did when I had a really severe eating disorder. Is when I finally got my eating under control, I just went completely crazy with working out. So I ended up with exercise bulimia, which is just basically when you work out way too much for your body. So
exercise bulimia.
yeah, that's a real thing.
They've got some for everything now, man.
It's a real thing. Look it up.
I believe you.
Um,
We just the book
The DSM.
Yes, thank you. I can never remember the name of it. That has to have gone from this thick
Oh my
to
god.
like this thick
Oh
now.
my god. Yeah.
Because they just keep adding things.
Yeah.
I sound.
But some of
I
them.
don't know if it's my head cold or whatever, but I sound different. Like I sound far away.
You sound normal to me.
Okay.
Maybe it's just you sound that way to yourself.
My head's probably full of fucking gunk.
That's such an attractive thought. Thank you.
So.
Yes.
A significant loss.
Yes.
For those wondering.
What is it?
Since we have defined it as several different things,
Yes.
the actual definition is a major life event, often the death of a loved one, but also divorce, job loss, life-altering diagnosis, profound emotional, anything that causes profound emotional, mental, and physical reactions.
Like grief?
Like grief, that change the entirety of one's world. Like, just fucks you up, essentially. Yes. And then, obviously, we deal with it with the 5 stages of grief. Everybody does. So we can get into that. But the important thing to kind of touch on with the 5 stages of grief is that you go through them oftentimes without even realizing it. Like, it's not something you actively work on, like the 12 steps of recovery. Yeah. You kind of just roll through them without realizing that's what's happening. But the other thing is completing it, getting to that final stage of acceptance. That one generally needs a little work.
Yeah.
The other 4 stages kind of just come and go.
Yeah. It's interesting that it has divorce in there because I went through it, and I knew you did too, but I went through it after my divorce. And looking back on it, I absolutely went through the 5 stages of grief. I just didn't even recognize it. I was just in it.
It's a crazy fucking loss.
Yeah.
But when you get down to the acceptance and everything, like, life is much better than it was back when, when you go through a divorce, you think like your life's over kind of deal. Like, it is everything that we just defined. It fits. But now, I don't know what I was protecting back then. Like, I am so much happier now than I was back then. And it's
But you couldn't have known that was on the other side, though. Like, it's easy to, when people say, oh, it'll get better. Okay, like, sure. You can't see to the future. You can't know it's going to get better. So it's hard when you're in the thick of it to see that there could be something on the other side.
That's true, but oftentimes it's not like I'm saying the grass is always greener on the other side. Oftentimes, after we deal with and process a loss or something, things can get marginally better. Yeah. It all depends on if you're willing to put in the work to get through the nonsense. Yeah. And then B, if you're willing to accept that life can be better on the other side. Yeah. Like, if you're not ready or willing to even entertain the possibility that life could be better, then it's definitely not going to get better. Yeah. And I think you can then also, with something like divorce, not obviously the death of a loved one, because this doesn't kind of play into the same ball field, but with something like divorce, this is where I'm getting, like, you want to have the open mind to a better life. Then you can look back and you can see all the red flags. My drinking, for another one that isn't divorce, my drinking I'm in a significantly happier place than I was in the constant state of shit that I was in, this vicious circle of drinking, where you just are so unhappy and so depressed, and you self-medicate with something that is a depressant. Yeah. So it's just constant.
Which is self-sabotage, like we talked about. It's, you're making it worse. Yeah.
And I didn't realize it when I was in the throes of it, but I was just now life is just, and then I can look back and see, oh man, all the red flags,
Yeah.
all the things that I should have noticed, but didn't.
But I think you need those, unfortunately, like you need those really bad life experiences to recognize it when it happens again.
Game needs game. Or game, what is it?
Recognize.
Game recognizes game.
And that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Perfect.
It's not related.
I'll keep it in.
But it's like you said, like you recognize looking back what you were going through, but you wouldn't be able to tell that in the moment. I keep leaving the screen.
Yes.
We need those negative life experiences to be able to identify it later on.
Yes.
And hopefully we will have learned from the last time so that we can identify and say, okay, this is what I'm going through right now. This is the stage that I'm in.
Yeah.
And this is what I know what to do.
So, what are the stages?
The first one is denial.
Denial.
Which I live in that state.
You're just in a constant state of denial.
I think I'm just
you
in a
laugh,
constant...
but it's
Yeah,
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Like, especially for things with, I hate to keep throwing back to what we just talked about, but like self-sabotage.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of denial.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that self-sabotage is that's just rooted in denial.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is helping me and I'm going to keep doing it because it's helping me and this is what I know how to do. And, you know,
can't tell me any different.
You
either.
you can't tell me this isn't helping me because you don't know my life. This is helping me.
I have literally spent countless hours trying to convince you that what you're doing is bad, and you just will hear nothing about it.
It's stubbornness and hard-headedness.
I'm just trying to help and be a friend, and you're just like, fuck you.
But if it's hard to recognize that when you're doing something that feels like it's the only thing that is helping you. It's hard to acknowledge that might actually be hurting you.
Absolutely.
Because then you have to not only give up that coping mechanism that's what feels like your lifeline, but you also have to kind of like open yourself up to the fact that you don't have something else and you need help.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
I lived in denial for such a long time because I didn't want to admit that there was an issue that I couldn't handle on my own.
Yeah.
Step one.
I think my problem is I can tell you, hey, I'm in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
But I cannot make myself get help.
Oh.
That's my issue. Is that denial?
It's kind of. I had reached that point as well. I knew.
Yeah.
Before, like, a pretty good bit of time before asking for help and going to rehab, I knew I was in some trouble, and I wasn't going to let anybody else know that I knew that, because I was still holding true to I'm good.
Yeah.
And this isn't a problem.
Yeah.
But I knew. Like that, I was like, this is starting to really fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything to help it, or I can't. Like, I was recognizing too that, like, I would say, all right, we're just not going to drink today. And it wasn't 5 minutes later that we were drinking today.
Yeah.
It's just so nuts. It's so nuts that I had that little control over my own self.
Yeah.
When you think about your abilities to, or willpower, or willpower is trash normally, but just have control over your world, have control over your body, your mind, body, spirit, whatever. Yeah. The whole kit and caboodle. I had none of that.
Yeah.
Like, I still have none of that. If there's something that I really enjoy, like, I'm going to go all the way, and then let's deal with the consequences later.
Yeah.
Um, it's just I could never get past the fact. I still find it to be completely fucked that I couldn't do anything without the help that I got. Thank God that my body, or that my pancreas gave out basically and made me come to terms with it. Um, because I don't know what
Would have pushed you to do that.
I probably would have lost everything. I kept losing everything until there was nothing else left.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm very grateful that it went down the way it went down, because my health was important to me. I
Yeah.
did want to live, and I was able to finally say, okay, I need help.
It's time, yeah.
And that significant loss is something that I didn't want to face. It's something that I didn't want to deal with, and it's something that when it happened, I still had to process. And the 5 stages of grief, we were at denial. Denial lasted for a very long time, and so much to the point that I think I started it a long time before I realized the loss,
Yeah.
just to prevent the loss.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of makes sense. And
What's
then what's the next one? Anger?
yeah, anger.
Yeah.
I was very angry.
Yeah.
Anger. I was very angry.
Yeah.
I was angry with myself. I was angry with my life. I was angry with God. I was angry with everything but me. I did say I was angry with myself, but that came a little later.
Yeah.
I want to blame everything. You don't want to blame yourself.
But can you not be angry with yourself while not blaming yourself? Because I feel like you can do both. Like, I feel like there have been times where I've been angry with myself, but also I've seen myself as a victim when I wasn't necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like with anger, that one's tough because it can either be great because it will inspire you to
Inspire.
You know, if you're angry enough
Inspire.
to
Expired. Or that commercial?
No, what are you talking about?
It was a commercial. It was like, expired.
What commercial is that? Okay, let's focus.
Such a fucking ADD episode. We are terrible at this. But anyway.
I feel like anger can be a good thing because it can kind of like inspire you to take the next step. If you're angry enough at your situation, at your circumstances, you can change it. But then there's also, it can have the flip side where you're so angry that it almost paralyzes you.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm too angry at everyone around me that I can't take accountability and say, okay, I need to, yeah. Because you're, at the end of the day, as we all know, you're the only one who can fix your own life. So if you're too angry at everybody else to see the accountability that you have, it's like that. What is that quote that says you're not responsible for your trauma, but you are responsible for your healing?
That's cool.
Have you not heard that?
No.
Well, I find that to be incredibly true.
It's profound.
Yeah. Because you don't cause what happens to you, but you have to take responsibility for, moving forward with it.
100%.
But when you're too angry, sometimes you can't do that. And the unfairness of having to then deal with it yourself.
Sorry, my eyes are watering. But yes, you're 100% correct there. I'd like to say that I didn't overdo it with the anger. However,
did you though?
I think well, I mean, is it really, if it's a part of the process, it doesn't say depression, anger, bargaining, and then I give a level of how much you're supposed to feel. Like,
yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's not like equal parts. Yeah, it's not like a recipe.
That being said, I wasn't like burning the fucking house down or anything.
Yeah.
But like, I was pretty upset. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have bargaining. Which looks different for everybody. A lot of times. What?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, it can be bargaining can be so many different things. It can be with respect to treatment. Like, no, I'll get better myself. I don't need, give me a week, give me a month, I'll be able to do it myself.
Yes.
So it's kind of that like external bargaining. And then there's more of like internal. A lot of people will bargain with God if you believe in God.
If
then, yep. If you don't make me,
I promise.
Yeah, I promise I'll never do this again. I'll never drink again. I'll never take another pill.
Stop drinking tomorrow if you just let me have one more
And let me
day.
tell you, that does not work.
No, because the next day, it's bargaining again.
Again. It's right back at it.
Listen,
right
Dad, I know what I said yesterday, but that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
It's kind of like a kid.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a small child.
But then, but we're making light of it. But there's also the death side where somebody's dealing with a terminal illness or something. Like, it's not as funny. Like, come on, God.
Yeah. Yep, and that's a part of significant loss too. That is
we try and throw ourselves into their position instead too. You notice that, like, why can't it be me? Like, just trade us out. Like, why is this like, if it was a child, for God's sake, like, let me be there instead of this poor kid.
Yeah. And that's, I feel like especially, well, as a parent too. I mean, if your kid's going through something.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like you would, in a heartbeat, I think almost any parent would. Any good parent.
Every parent would.
Would take that on for the, And then after bargaining, do we have anything else to say about bargaining?
No, not really. I mean, like, it's just recognize that it's there and that's what you're doing.
And that it's not sustainable.
But it's good because you're progressing through the fucking stages of grief.
Yeah.
It's good to see and recognize all of the steps because you know then that you're processing.
Yeah. And I think from my experience, bargaining has been the shortest period.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say.
Yeah.
We realize that we can't control a situation by placing bets or like promises.
But but that's why I think it's such a necessary step, is because you finally realize you are not in control, because you're saying, okay, like, if you do this, then it's finally realizing, even if you are bargaining, you're finally realizing it's not entirely on you. It's not entirely under your power. Whether that means you're gonna have to get help, or you're gonna have to ask for somebody's help, or you're gonna or you're gonna have to admit some truths that you don't want to admit to.
Especially us firemen and stuff, or firefighters, excuse me.
Yes, fire
people. We want to control a lot of situations because we want to fix everything, because that's all we know.
Yeah.
All we know is how to fix things and mitigate things, and especially in emergency situations. And when something happens to our own lives where we can't fix it, we have to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
That is just not a thing that we can do all the time, every time. It's not a sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah.
Fucking goddamn firefighters.
And then what's after bargaining?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Oh.
It's depression.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my favorite. No.
You're going to look it up.
Yeah.
What kind of a show are you running here?
So the next stage is
depression. Now, this isn't, I mean, oftentimes it's not. It could be, I guess, but it's oftentimes not the crippling depression that we live with daily. This is a mild point of depression where you're just sad about what's going down, like, or what has happened. You realize that it's happened. There's nothing you can do about it, and it's sad, and it sucks, and it hurts.
And at that stage, at the depression stage, it's at the point of realizing, this hurts and this is terrible, but you're not at the point of doing anything yet. You're just kind of sitting in it.
Well, but you have realized, like we were just talking about with bargaining, you realize that you can't always fix things. You can't do anything, and you cannot resurrect somebody from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And, things happen outside of our span of control, such as, like, even weather events. Like, if a tornado comes ravaging through here and we lose our house, or a fire, you've just lost so many memories and everything, and you just have to sit with that because you can't bring it back.
Yeah.
And that is, you've realized this at this point, and you're on your way to accepting, but you have to sit with it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and you sit in
And
depression.
that's a hard thing to do, especially for addicts, because that's when it gets really uncomfortable, and you want to take it away. You want to make it better.
I know how to fix this.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Because that's the interesting part. Because there is some things that you can fix, but you don't want to fix because, like, it's not a fix to get a fix.
Yeah. That's a good one. You just put that on a shirt. Yeah.
It's not a fix. That's a relapse.
Yeah.
And that's bad.
Yes.
So, yes, you can fix that situation. However, you need to sit in the depression of it that you can't, that you got to move forward.
Yeah. You have to get through the shit in order to get to the other side. And that is very, very hard. And I think that's what is the hang up for a lot of people, especially on like a recovery journey.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
when
thanks.
when you're dealing with that, a lot of times, like when you're in therapy, the depression part of it is when you're kind of realizing that all of this trauma and all this stuff that you've gone on, that you've had. What is so funny?
I don't know.
I hate you so much. I'm being so good. Okay.
I knew you were being great until you start yelling at me in the middle of a great thought.
Because you're making a face at me.
I was just thinking about how many times I was touching the mic.
You're like fixated on it.
But look at it. It's like look at it. It's like
It looks fine.
it's all sideways and shit.
It looks fine. Nobody's gonna be looking at it.
Okay.
Okay. It is wobbly. Mine isn't. Oh yeah, no, it is. I think the depression is one of the hardest of the stages for most people, especially people in recovery, to kind of sit in, because it's so uncomfortable, and you're having to realize things about your life that you maybe didn't think about before. Because that's when, if you're in therapy, oftentimes you'll go over, this is what's causing all of your trauma. These are the things from your past that are coming up.
Yeah.
And you just have to be like, oh my God, this sucks.
So how do we sit with it as first responders, though?
I wish I knew the answer to
You
that one.
deal with it
Yeah.
a lot of because we have the highest divorce rate.
Yep.
And we deal with death a lot.
Yep.
We deal with now even with some of the calls that we run, like you get to know people. If you run ambulance calls with certain folks that you generally build a good rapport with and a relationship with, and then they pass. Like some of them are hard.
Yeah.
Like there are some good people out there in the world.
Yeah.
And
losing them is very hard.
Yeah. It's just kind of like a shock to the system.
Yeah.
But still, we deal with this. This comes into our jobs more from the outside than the inside. We bring home shit to work.
Yes.
And so all the stuff that we're dealing with at home is affecting us on the job, and to the point where we were talking about our abilities to run calls and not miss things and stuff, and a lot of times we can shut that down. I feel like we can, and we do a good job, but is it healthy?
I think that's something that I try to remind myself, not just with people in our profession, but people in any profession. It's so easy to get angry at somebody who, simple things. Somebody messes up your order at, fast food place, or, somebody doesn't ring up your groceries or throws them in the bag or something like that. It's so easy to get angry because we forget that is not their life. Their life is not that job. They are coming to the job with all of this shit from home and that they're thinking about. Mm-hmm. And we are too.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. Like when we go on calls, we are thinking about our family life and the stuff that we've got going on, and you know, that aunt that's sick, or the, you know, the kid just got in trouble in school again, or you know, we have lives that we're thinking about, and that bleeds into those calls that we write. It can't not.
Yeah.
It can't not. Like, that, we're human. And I think that more than anything else is why it's so important to take care of, and something we're going to keep reiterating with this podcast, but that's why it's so important to take care of your own mental health.
Check-ins.
Yeah, because we are responsible for other people.
Sometimes you're going to have to say that maybe you can't work today.
Yeah. Maybe
if something is seriously going on.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't an everyday thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not like we're not saying call out of work every single day, but what we are saying is, if you are in a rut and you don't feel like you can
take on other people's trauma dumping that day.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot to, you know,
you're thrown into their
problems, their world, their
issues.
trauma. Yeah. And it goes on your
Same
shoulders
with cops,
too.
And I mean that oftentimes we don't call the cops just to come bring them over and hey, you want a meal? You want to come in, have some popcorn, watch the game?
Yeah. So if you need a day, take a day.
Yeah, mental health day.
Mental health day.
I love a good mental health day.
I think, honestly,
they're my favorite.
Maybe unpopular opinion, I don't know, but I think we should have sick days and we should have mental health days. I think they should be separate.
We should, because people use their sick days as mental health days. Like,
and we don't get, I don't know about you, but I do not get a lot of sick time. Like, we accrue really slowly.
Well,
like really
slowly. You gotta save it. Like, I didn't call out of work sick for the first 10 years of my career.
I've only called, I have Grady. So, like, you know, it's
get
hard
that
when you're
shit
kids.
under control.
You know, in this profession especially, we need
do.
mental health days.
But people abuse them.
True. But there's people who genuinely need them.
And they fuck it up for us.
True.
I mean, the people that abuse them.
Yeah, not the people who really need them. The last stage.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Not radical.
No, just normal.
This one takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
This one takes some work.
Yes.
And to which you deserve a good round of applause. You do. Like, for making it through. Like, if you reach the point of acceptance and you generally, I mean, things don't go away.
No.
But when you've come to terms with the fact that you've done everything you could do, and this is just completely out of your hands, you release yourself from responsibility. And not that, like, if it was something that you were responsible for and you walk with that, you're going to walk with it for a lot longer.
Yeah.
However, like, with your normal everyday significant loss, and I say every day as if it happens every day, but we've clearly said it's not every day. But I'm talking about run-of-the-mill. Let's talk about a death. There is nothing that you could have done to remedy or, you know, death happens.
Yep.
And it's a part of life. And we have to sit with it, sit in our shit for a bit, because you just don't turn it off.
Yeah.
But when you make it to the acceptance stage, you've done some
the
good work, and
yeah.
you oftentimes don't realize that you've done anything, but your body has, and your brain has done, has been through a couple of days of hell.
Yeah.
But it's worked through it, and you're on to.
I think that's when, like, the real work
times.
begins. When you hit acceptance, I think that's when, like, the real stuff happens, because you are at the point of taking care of it in a healthy way. You're at the point of, because it's not like if something terrible happens to you and you reach acceptance, you're like, I feel great now. Like, this is wonderful. This happened. Like, no, it just means that you are able to, in a healthy way, say, this happened. It was out of my control. Or if it was in your control, I did this shitty thing. Here's how I'm going to make it better. And here's how I'm going to move forward. So it's like, it's creating like a roadmap to keep going.
Yeah, but it's nice to have that roadmap and how to fix it, but oftentimes we have to relive it again and again because it's not something that you just readily pull from. Like, one death is not going to make the next one easier.
Correct.
Is
Yeah.
a roundabout way of what I'm getting at. Like, it's still going to suck just as bad.
Yep.
Even though now we know how to deal with it.
Yeah, that doesn't change. Yeah, that doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
It's still going to be just as shit. It's
Yep.
still going to be just as bad.
You're just going to be a little bit stronger for the next time.
You hope so.
You hope so. Yeah.
You hope so. But you may not be either.
Yeah.
It may be even worse. It can get worse, but at the same time, we can do work to get better at dealing with it.
Correct.
And in turn, I think that has also shown through a little bit in me on the job, because I know that I now am aware that there is steps that can be taken and steps that need to be taken.
Yeah.
And steps that will happen also, even if you're not even aware or want them to.
Yeah.
And being aware of that gives you a certain sense of power, a little bit, not control, but like empowerment, I guess, because you know that you can do things to make it better.
Yeah.
Versus just constantly being down.
Letting it happen to you.
Yeah,
Instead of being like an active.
Living in the shit.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, that's the stages of grief.
That's the stages of grief.
How do we wrap this one up?
Are you done with it already?
What else do you want to say? Well, why don't we circle back to significant loss then? Because we talked about grief.
That's what
Let's
this one
circle
is
back.
about.
Yeah.
Circling back to significant loss. Significant loss is just like something that we have to come to terms with.
Yes. Through the stages of grief.
I feel like I'm missing something though.
We need those negative life experiences to be able to identify it later on.
Yes.
And hopefully we will have learned from the last time so that we can identify and say, okay, this is what I'm going through right now. This is the stage that I'm in.
Yeah.
And this is what I know what to do.
So, what are the stages?
The first one is denial.
Denial.
Which I live in that state.
You're just in a constant state of denial.
I think I'm just
you
in a
laugh,
constant...
but it's
Yeah,
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Like,
with significant loss.
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck it. We can talk about it in another episode. That's pretty much a good look at significant loss. Like, it's a common thing, and that's all we really. This is a shorter episode, but we just want to bring that to the light and say that it is something that everybody goes through, and that it is oftentimes something that we bring to work with us that we may not want to or may not realize we are, but not, and it's not every shift. Like, people go through some shit times, and just be aware of it when you're going to work and getting ready to respond to calls for folks that really need us to be on our game.
Yeah. Remember, you're human. You have your own shit in your life that you're dealing with. You know, we're not robots. We don't switch it off and go to work. And
we try to.
And for some people, it could be, you know, that can work for a while.
A lot of people, I marvel at some folks' ability to do just that, like
to turn it off and
then not be bothered at all. Yeah. Like, what? How?
But I don't think that's sustainable. I think that's kind of
it's totally not sustainable. But they do it for so long. Yeah. And then I get my only thought is that they just gotta be in some horrible shit in retirement or something.
Yeah.
Like,
or at home. That's the thing. Like, we don't see people's home lives. You know, we don't see if people are breaking down when they get home. We just see this person who puts on a happy face at work.
Yeah.
You know.
And
so
it's pretty interesting to see, though.
Yeah.
Because some people, like I said, are so good at it.
Yeah.
And I was for a while, but even I broke.
Yeah. Everybody
It's just being able to admit it and being able to be aware of it and being able to not be afraid of it.
Yeah. And ask
Doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make you
a weak
any
person.
less of a first responder.
Yes. Absolutely.
Just means that you're better off.
It just means that you're just like everybody else. Sometimes you need a break, sometimes you need support, sometimes you need help, you know.
Who doesn't love this job?
I love this job.
I love this job. It's the best job in the world.
It is. It really is. But that doesn't mean ignoring that it can be hard.
We got to sustain.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we'll see you on our next episode. And as always,
no, we'll
if
not
you want
see you on our next episode.
We'll see. Shut it. I'm doing it again.
But first, there's more.
If you would like to be a guest on our show, we are always looking for guests, and we would love to talk with you.
There's a form.
There's a form on our website, our link tree.
We got one, by the way, by a guy named Cranchus McBasketball.
What? Are you serious?
Cranchus McBasketball.
Anyway, if you...
Go ahead.
Anyway, if you would like to be a guest on our show, feel free to fill out our form on our website. You can also contact us at bunkroomchatspodcast@gmail.com. And lastly, you can find us on social media anywhere and everywhere. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, Instagram, we're on all the things. And we would love to talk to you.
Yes, I definitely would love to talk to you.
And that means if you need help, if you have questions, if you want to talk, whatever, we're here.
We're here. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.